Hey, it's Tpok. I am back after a long break. Sorry about that, just school stuff has been pretty hectic right now. But here's what I'm gonna do is, I know I said I was gonna try to record a bit every day. Obviously that hasn't been working very well. And now it's really not going to work because for spring break I am going to go out of the country. So, I won't be able to record anything for like 10 days or something. So what I'm gonna do today is record as much as I can. So from like today, like what day is it? Like the 8th? From the 8th on until like I don't know, a while. It's all gonna be it's all gonna be recorded either today or tomorrow. I think today for Symphonic Rain and then tomorrow for Katawa Shoujo. And I'll keep the alternating thing going. So yeah, let's get going, I guess. It was okay to eat at the trattoria every once in a while. I wasn't at the age or status to eat at a ristorante. That was my timer I'm trying to set, so I know how long to record for. Formal wear is typically mandatory. What about Capere? I see. I haven't been there all that often yet. Okay, I'll go home and sleep a bit more. I'll start tomorrow. For graduation? I know, but thanks for worrying about me. Well, either worry is fine, I guess. Asino said in a fed-up manner. I wasn't sure whether he was embarrassed or huffed. In the end, I still didn't really understand what he had wanted to tell me. Perhaps he just wanted to wish me good luck and ensure I wouldn't be causing Fall much trouble. He seemed a bit emotional today. It wasn't like him at all. He was out of character from his usual cynical self, but I suppose these things happened. I didn't let it bother me. Martedi. It has been forever since I played this. I headed toward the only train station in town, carrying my Fortelle over my shoulder. It was the only overland route connecting Piova, encircled by the ocean and mountains, to the outside world. I had no use for it myself, as I hadn't left this town in over 3 years. In 3 years, not over. I don't know where I got that. If it wasn't to pick up Fall or Ari, I would have never even come all this way to the field. Where am I getting these words? To the station in the outskirts of town. When I arrived, it was bustling with people in front of the entrance. I could spot many who were similarly waiting for someone, standing nearby the exit. The moment the train arrived at the platform, the exit would quickly overflow with homecomers, and many reunions would be made. I wondered if it would be like that for me as well. Just a little longer. I was paranoid about the time, just like I was when waiting for a certain important person. My heart danced at the thought of someone like Arietta coming out through that exit. I did my best to suppress those feelings and took a number of deep breaths to calm myself down. We're picking up Falls, right? Not Fall. Yeah, Fall. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm picking up Fall at least. I recalled a convenient passage from Ari's letter. Chris, you should do whatever you feel is right. I knew how much of a lame excuse it would be, no matter what they may be, but I couldn't get those lines out of my head. Oh, that's okay, don't worry. Nothing. Just a little lost in thought. Something like that. Fall looked a little tired to me. Traveling in a sleeper train must have been rough for a girl. She was holding 2 large, heavy-looking bags in her hands. Ah, I'll take that. No problem. Shall we go? I found out just how heavy her luggage was when I took one of the bags from her and slung it over my shoulder. The bag I carried was the bigger of the two, so I hoped the bag she was holding was at least a bit lighter. Are you tired? You look it. I can't imagine getting on a comfortable night's sleep, a comfortable night's rest in a sleeper train. Want to cancel practice for today? Don't. That's not true. I could tell from a glance that you were tired. I don't mind either way. It's up to you to decide. Fall seemed lost in thought for a while. She had a pensive expression on her face, like she was consulting her own body. After a while, she regained her upbeat posture and replied with the expected answer. Sure, I figured you'd say that. Yep. I pointed at the case at my feet. I'd like to avoid school on a holiday. If I remembered correctly, it was Fall who told me to bring my Fortelle. She might have predicted I would reject her proposal to practice at school. Just something that ran through my mind. I suppose it does. Fall's cheerful expression never waned as she walked off. Thanks for having me, I said as I entered Fall's room. There were 2 towels prepared at the front door, just like before. Did you plan on coming here from the start? I dried my hair and clothes with the fragrant towel. Fall had already gone further inside and produced some familiar-looking staff sheets from the bag she'd been carrying. Did you bring those with you? I'd finished up with the towel. I folded it up and set it on the table. Oh, that was loud. Thanks to the many scribbles, one who saw these sheets for the first time would have a hard time reading them. They were pretty dirty. But to her, the scribbles written during the many practice sessions together were important pointers. They were a substitute partner in a way. Which also explained why it was completely natural for her to feel at ease when she had them. I think I understand. So, why did you bring them out? I'll be done in a second, ma'am. Her voice sounded more bewitching than ever. I could tell just by listening that she hadn't forgotten practice while she was gone. Not that I wouldn't take her word for it, I knew her well enough for that. As for me, I'd been playing Fortelle every day as well, so I hadn't lost my touch. On top of that, my rehearsal partner had been none other than Forney. It was like this slightly over a week of inactivity had never happened. Above all, thanks to having been able to perceive Forney's voice from up close for a week, there was something I realized. Right now, I was able to feel that something that used to be missing from her voice. That thing both Forney and she herself had realized was missing now there. There was no doubt about it. I could feel the same profluent sound and atmosphere as I did when playing with Forney. What could have happened in the time we were apart? Had it really been something the passage of time had naturally resolved? With those thoughts running through my mind, I unconsciously continued playing the Fortelle. After finishing one piece, Fall took a deep breath, as though exhaling the fatigue from her body. Are you okay?
やっぱりちょっと疲れてたみたい。
Lacking the drive to push herself, she sat down on a nearby chair and took another deep breath. What happened? Did I right-click? Oh, that scared me for a second. I thought I broke it. Despite her saying she was fine, I could clearly tell that she wasn't. As I was thinking of what to say next, Fall beat me to it with a question.
ねえ、今日の歌はどうだった？
Don't you know that best yourself? If I were to describe it in a single word, it would be superb. But it would be kind of silly to rate ourselves like that. In the end, the only people capable of giving a valid evaluation would be the listeners.
クリスさんは聞いててどう思った？
Promise me you won't take it as flattery.
その言い方がすでにお世辞みたいね。
I thought it was good. Fall stopped laughing at my serious reply and began listening to me attentively. You mentioned once that you were missing something, didn't you?
うん。クリスさんにも感じられたんでしょ？
Most definitely, but just now, I couldn't detect any of that.
本当に？
I nodded silently. Any further words or embellishments would only serve to make it sound more like a lie. I used the silence to convey the